Hello, and welcome back to Coin Lady channel. Apple Pay's integration with the Interledger Protocol Noom $2.5 million XRP 70 cents, Yang you know me, you know the old song. There's a lot of mystery to be solved. Let's get right down to business without further ado. Currency in Bitcoin, $37,785 as of right now, it's up 0%. With a price of $20.80, Ethereum has dropped 1.15% in the past day. Total cryptocurrency market cap is $1,438 billion, with USDT and USDC remaining at their respective $1 levels and XRP maintaining its number 5 position at 62 cents on 2.5% gain over the past 24 hours. People in China will literally rock you to sleep in an effort to make you anxious, just like the old adage goes. Attempt to pressure you into making a bad choice now, before the markets explode. Yes, I am familiar with Richard Hart. True or false? He's on the run? Who here recalls the Hex coin pump? Yeah, he's on the run from the SEC. Member, who exactly was pushing this information on you? Nobody there was fooled into thinking this would amount to anything. The truth is that they only pushed it up so much because they could cash in on the hype. Be very careful out there, folks. ETP using XRP. That's actually rather typical. We covered this ground yesterday, and we'll cover it again today because it's that important. ETP stands for what the heck is that? You can buy it on a stock exchange. Europe will soon have it. This is my forecast. Making forecasts is fun for me. When it comes to making forecasts, I tend to do well. In December, an ETP will be available for trading. A month from now, roughly. It's safe to say that XRP's ETP will be a huge success in the market. The United States will soon have access to an exchange-traded fund, ETF, for XRP. The issue I want you to ask yourself is why don't we have an ETF right now? XRP has legal clarity. There is no justification for it not to be an ETF in the United States, but the country is dragging its feet on the issue. I therefore predict that Europe will seize the bull by the horns. I think Europe is going to come out with their ETP, the US dollar. The banking institutions, or the big guys over here in the United States, are going to see how much money is being wrapped in, and they're going to jump on an exchange-traded fund over here in the United States. This is shocking, right? With the debut of Apple Pay in the UK, customers may take use of a new functionality that integrates with the open banking architecture to link cards and BUR account balances from within the wallet app. How come this is so intriguing? Apple's integration of Ripples, the technology, not XRP, was announced all the way back in 2018. Don't get your hopes up. I anticipate that happening eventually. However, the Interledger Protocol was implemented in 2017. That stuck with me, and this one is similarly unforgettable. Few nice deeds are expected of Brian Brooks. When discussing XRP, he claims that it has no intention of competing with the US currency. I'm like Bitcoin, thinking it was going to replace every currency in the world. Instead, it's an attempt to switch out one method of value transmission for another. So, I don't put much stock in the price, any more than I did in the early, highly volatile days of Google. The point is well taken. Who gives a crap about volatility right now? We don't have access to large sums of money, and the markets are expected to be quite unstable. The more institutional support and widespread use cryptocurrencies receive, however, the less volatile we will be, and I guarantee you that these bulls will be proven right. Once we put millions upon trillions of cash entering the space, Hans and his bull cycles will disappear, but until then, they are crucial. That XRP has attempted to replace the way that money is, or value is, being transported around the world will be discussed in 2 seconds when we hear from Brian Brooks. The XRP cryptocurrency will make international money transfers as quick as sending an email, which currently takes 3 seconds. So, what I was getting at is that cryptocurrencies are not actually about currency. This is the most important argument I attempt to make. We'll talk a little bit about the idea that most of crypto is about replacing the centralized banking system with networks that allow user control as opposed to bank CEO control, and the biggest misconception of this whole discussion is that crypto is failing to replace the US dollar. Priced crypto assets are more akin to traditional stock market investments. It's more like betting on Google if you expect a surge in web traffic and shorting Google if you anticipate a return to snail mail. But it's not like Ethereum or Ripple or any other cryptocurrency is competing with the US dollar. It's an alternative to the current method of value transfer. And we'll have plenty more to say about the subject. So for me, the prices are not that meaningful anymore than Google's volatility is. And that was extremely risky in Google's early years. Exactly, what the heck did they do at Google? What do you think will happen to the XRP price now that it has leveled off following its first surge and subsequent moonshot? David Schwartz predicted its price stability before XRP was released, so don't expect it to remain at current levels for long. There must be a rise in the price of XRP. With increasing adoption, that is inevitable. And this proves my old adage that the more the utility and the greater the demand, the higher the price will be. Rastican and put this out as major news. A global remittance service is being launched with a South Korean bank, JP Bank, in June. The service will be aimed at the 2.5 million non-residents of South Korea. If it's so enormous, why? You are correct in assuming that Ripple uses on-demand liquidity to execute transactions in real time at noon and across international borders in the Asia-Pacific region. They're hoping to expand their business throughout Southeast Asia, particularly in Australia, Singapore, and Malaysia. In just 8 weeks, they were able to tap into a 98% reduction on domestic transfer rates for customers. A couple of years ago, analysts predicted that XRP would reach 70 cents on the head and shoulder shape, with a much higher price in the future. Here's the graph. He's got crypto that totally blows it. Very simple. Damn, it covers right now get above 66 cents, we're going to push up in that eastern region. I talked about this in the first video. Once that gets broken, we go to the dollar region. Okay, let's hear it out. If you want to do a 5-fold increase, $6 will only get us to the all-time high. If you want to do a 10-fold increase from $6, you already know we're talking about close to a $6 XRP. Try to keep in mind the range of 350 to 650 as the ideal. So long as we can get XRP above $1, we will discuss the possibility of a parabolic blow off of the XRP price from $5 to $10. A torrent of ETFs and billions of money are expected to enter the cryptocurrency industry during the next 2 to 5 years, but for the time being, all eyes should be on that 67-cent XRP. The price of the asset class is likely to be significantly impacted by this massive influx of capital. Rick Adelman, creator of digital assets and advisor to the financial elite, says as much. It's impossible to say. I would not at all be surprised if we see hundreds of millions of dollars on day one. In no way am I surprised by a number that high. However, I predict that between $100 billion and $50 billion will be invested in these ETFs over the long term. And after a decade, after 5. What's the big picture, you know? Oh, 2 to 5 years is my estimate. Oh, wow. That's the greatest estimate I've heard thus far. So that you may judge how sane I am, I'll explain how I arrived at that figure. There are roughly 37,000 RA firms in the US, employing about 300,000 advisors who jointly oversee somewhere over $1 trillion in client assets. If 75% of those advisors tell us they plan to invest in this ETF, with a 2% allocation, we'll take that at face value. Please like and subscribe my channel. See you later, bye.